interview. Special guest, HeistAlmighty. Gonna take a look at something he brought back from Premier Wines and Spirits in Halifax, Nova Scotia. A beer that originates from, is it Montreal, Quebec?
No, it's the Charlevoix one. It's on the North Shore of the St. Lawrence somewhere.
Up in there. St. Paul. That's where it is.
Yeah, it's not quite all the way to Quebec City, but it's nearly there.
Yep. Anyway, it is microbrewery de Charlevoix La Vache Folle Yeoman Double IPA. So it is a double IPA brewed with all Yeoman hops, which I wasn't able to find a whole huge amount of information about it. Other than they're similar to Fuggles, or could be substituted with Target.
Or they're a relative East End.
Yeah, they're not really all that clear on the flavors these hops generate when you look up a search, and I didn't really have time to look it all up.
They're very Anglo hop, though.
Yeah, they're very English style. So, this is our 8th Vache Folle. Double India Pale Ale unveils a rare and ancient British hop variety. The Yeoman, often used for its bittering properties, expresses in this beer the strength and delicacy of all its flavors. Enjoy.
That doesn't tell me much.
Yeah, I know. 8% ABV, 500 milliliter bottle. Let's pop the top off of this one and see if it's worth our snuff. Since it's yours, I'm going to let you do yours.
Good then.
Very well.
Alright. Oh, decent head on this sucker.
Yeah, it is.
Almost 2.
Yeah, I think we were about the same, except for I've got the whatever leftovers were in the bottle.
You finally get the floaties, sucker.
And there aren't any. It's filtered.
Yeah, it must be filtered.
Off-white head, kind of like a yellowy head to it. The appearance-wise, it looks more like a regular pale ale, or sorry, India pale ale than double. And what are the differences really?
Well, this one's
high.
This one's only 8. If it was still like 7.5, it would still be a regular. So it's at the low end of the double.
Generally, the India pale ale, the imperial pale ale differs with like 8% or higher, or a stronger, more high IBUs in the hops, and like a thicker body.
So this is probably on the lighter end of the scale.
Yeah, it's lighter end of the scale. So it's 8% ABV, right, Jake? Jake and Dara had the double IPA from Color, and it was only 8.2%.
Oh, well.
And I think.
Did he have some complaints about that?
No. Well, I mean, he showed the bottle to everybody on the camera, and he's like, 8.2%, can't argue with that. And I'm like, that's it?
Well, we only got 8.
I was just partially being a dick, but I like how it's sticking to the sides of the glass, though. Look at that right there.
Yep.
Sticky. Anyway, it looks like your standard India pale ale, so.
Let's give her a smell. Not quite sure what's going on there.
I do pick up a hint of that lemon and marmalade.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna. I'm sure this is. I'm
sweet.
I'm not really regretting you getting a little more of this than I am.
Very sweet. It's almost got like a brown sugar caramel kind of thing going on to it.
Not a lot of hop aromas.
Yeah.
No, not super hoppy.
I mean, I get a touch of lemon to it, but maybe that's my mind thinking, hey, lemons. It's just kind of like orange marmalade.
Alright, well, let's
Grindy.
see what carries over to the taste, maybe.
Well, I can see why they can substitute this with an East Kent.
That's pretty sweet for a double IPA.
That's sweet for a double IPA, but that's also very, very earthy. Not quite as earthy as that Fuggles IPA from that Shipyard one we had.
Nope, not quite.
But all said and done, that's not bad. It's unique.
It's quite sweet. This isn't really even... It's strange how this is probably more or less the same recipe as the Kelka that we had from Vache Folle earlier.
Question mark mystery hop one.
But just doing it single hopped and changing out the hops made it really different. Because this is not so much like the Calcasios as I would have expected.
Yeah, it's almost completely different compared to that, because really the malt character comes out a lot more.
Yeah.
And whether they change that in the recipe or not is beyond me, but...
I would think that they would try to keep it reasonably consistent. You know, maybe tweak it a bit to complement the hop, but, you know, not go way out in left field.
It's not bad, though. I'm liking this one better than the Calcasios. What do you think?
I'm not really going to say that I necessarily like it better or worse, because it's very, very different.
At the same time, would I really consider this a double IPA?
Well, by the definition of the style it is, but...
Yeah, but...
I mean, the proof is in the taste, and it doesn't quite taste like one.
It doesn't really taste quite like a double IPA as I would expect.
Double bitter?
I mean, it's got that body. It's got the nice thick body, and it's got the intense bitterness, but the intense bitterness really isn't that bitter.
No.
Like, it's more like the bitterness...
It's got the
regular IPAs.
It's got the look, and it's got the body, and it's got the malt of the double IPA. The
hops are completely different.
It's just kind of...
Hops are out of whack.
It's a strange hop to make a double IPA with.
Yeah, they hopped over the barrier. Anyway, you want to sit down with some?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back. And we're back with Charlevoix La Vache Folle Yeoman's double IPA. So, what did we think about this one? Yeah, it's very unique.
I think as, you know, this is the 8th one in a series. They're taking a lot of different hops, some of them very unique or rare or uncommonly used hops, and turning them into double IPA to see what the potential of the hop is. And I applaud that effort, and it's an interesting thing to do. But this particular hop didn't turn out to be as interesting as I had hoped it would be.
I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's still got a complex hop flavor. I'm still getting that little bit of lemon and marmalade for the like body, like earthiness. But when it comes to an IPA, I just don't find that the earthy bitterness really mixes quite well.
No, it's not what I'm looking for.
In not in quite the way that I like. This beer is more in, like, not bad compared to like Corn de Diablo, which actually worked, or the Maui Big Swell. That one actually worked with a little bit of earthy bitterness.
Yeah, the Shipyard Fuggles didn't quite work. Fuggles wasn't the right way to go with that. And this is another British hop that
doesn't really quite work.
It's not bad. It doesn't really say
it's
double IPA.
It's a pretty good, solid effort, to be totally honest. But it's not something... I mean, it's a one-off. And I would say leave it as a one-off. It's great to try as an experiment, but...
Yeah, as a limited edition, limited run,
yeah,
special thing, it's an interesting experiment.
Yeah, and I'm almost liking it better in that sense than the Calcasios, but I almost wish we gotten a chance to try some of the earlier ones, if they used a more traditional hop, like a Citra or a Chinook or a Centennial or something like that.
I'm not sure what the other 6 were, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know what the other ones were either. Anyway, as for me, it's not bad. I don't think I'd necessarily get it again, but I certainly enjoyed drinking this bottle of it. I'd have to give this a 3.5 out of 5. You?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe a high 3.
High 3?
Yeah.
Not thinking that great?
Yeah. I like it better than the Shipyard, but it's... it just doesn't say double IPA to me. If you wanted to tell me that this was an extra strong bitter, if you wanted to tell me this was an extra strong bitter, I would totally be on board with it.
Well, think about the Heart and Thistles Propeller Imperial Bitter. That was an Imperial Bitter that was damn delicious.
Yeah, this isn't as good as that.
God, no. And it's a darn shame, considering how good that Lupulus was.
Yeah, well, when you're going to push boundaries, some things are going to be fantastic successes.
It's really not so much a boundary pusher anyway. It's more like a experiment.
For reference, this is what you can do with this hop.
For reference, this is what Yeoman's hops taste like. You know what? It's not bad in that sense when you consider how unique it is, but not a great double IPA by any means.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to try a different kind of hop that we wouldn't normally get in North America and see what it can do, but it's not really doing much for me.
No, it isn't. It'd probably be good in like a English bitter style. Excuse me. Anyway, that's about what I have to say for it. Gets a 3.5 out of 5 for me. High 3.0 for you. Anyway, thank you guys for watching Maxwell Starr's beer reviews. Tonight's review of La Vache Folle, Yeoman's double IPA.
Let's go get fold up on this.
Fold? Want to go get La Vache Folle? Crazy cow. Talk to you guys later. Cheers.